Tak Brute byli schopni vyhrát tuhle nakonec docela napínavou hru. Bojují tedy dále o účast v playoffs a vypadá to s nimi velmi solidně na skóre 6-5. Já si teďka promluvím s headcoachem týmu Brute. Hello, Maruzel, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
How are you after this game? A little bit shaky, but win is a win?
Yeah, I would say that, you know, in my career, there is something that I called personally Maruzel incident. So the game is going very, very well. And then all of a sudden we are doing something random and I'm getting a heart attack. So yeah, but we take those, you know, it was a bit shaky, but there is a lot to review and win is a win. So I'm happy.
I agree. Quite important one, putting you to the 6-5 score. But last week you played Sigma all modes. The game was pretty close. It seems like you had lead at times, but you lost the game eventually. So what went wrong really that game?
The way that we played Baron was, of course, the breaking point, because after that they were basically like winning the game, and Smolder got so many stacks and so much time to actually snowball himself and you know, scale. So first of all, Smolder champ went wrong. This champ is disgustingly broken. But secondly, it was a good thing for us because once again we can review how we play Baron, and well, we work on that, and that was something that was purely lacking from our side, so we can only get better. But unfortunately that we lost, but well, at least we are still in like playoffs contentions and we can learn from it.
I have to ask about the progress of the team, about the development, how you feel you're doing, because there were questions given some changes to the roster before the start, like starting Hero, not playing the same partner Petro, had so much success last split. Do you feel like you're making progress, like you're a good team? Are you happy with how the players are coming together?
Yes, I think we are constantly making progress, to be honest. Like, we started on a very high note because we won like two first games, but then we choked, honeymoon was over, and after that we were taking practice like more, not seriously, but really like we worked much harder, which I'm happy, and I think we are progressing with every single week, and it's visible. Even though we are like losing games, like for example versus Sigma, the game was still like controlled by us. We were 5K gold ahead, and we should have closed that one, but we weren't able to do that. So this is like another brick in the wall that we are building. So yeah, we are progressing, and I'm overall happy with how guys are performing and how they are developing themselves.
Of course, sometimes even the mistakes and the losses can lead to bigger improvements. So the score 6-5. How do you feel about your position currently, given your score, obviously, and the scores of other teams, but also about the power level? Are you confident that your team is strong enough to make it? And then if you make it to the top 4, how do you see yourself doing in playoffs?
Okay, so realistically speaking, we have good chances to make it to top 2, right? And Friday will be a real banger because we are playing versus Glor. That's the first thing. And if we win, of course, considering that they win today, we are tied with them for the second place. So that will be very spicy. And well, they have a change in the roster, so it's even like, you know, bigger narrative. So I think you have a lot of nice things to do as like casters, because you know you can build some narrative.
It's also interesting narrative given the player stepping in is the lost player of Brute, right? So that's very interesting. That's gonna be spicy. By the way, how are you feeling?
Answering your...
I was gonna jump into the match because it's very interesting. So we can start with Glor because they were dropping some games. So how do you feel compared to them right now?
I feel pretty confident, to be honest. Of course, I don't know how they will look with Reigning, so we will watch this game, and today's game is also very interesting. But I feel like we are good, and even versus them during like first half of the season, we were doing pretty well. We just failed to properly execute our composition, but it's not like they were, you know, 2 levels ahead of us or they were stomping us. We once again like threw the lead and through the really good game state. So I think I'm pretty confident. I'm not underestimating them, but I believe that we have what it takes to win.
Yeah, very nice. It also answers the top 2 question, right? Given Glor is at the second position right now. So, yeah, thank you very much. I'll give you some space now to say whatever you want. Thank whoever you want.
Okay. I want to thank my grandma, who is like always cheering for me, and my mom, who they are like, I always text them whether we won or not, so they are always supporting me or are happy with me when we are, of course, succeeding. I am thankful to my players because they are putting a lot of work and I really appreciate it, and I want to say it publicly, and to my assistant coach, who is doing extremely good job, and of course CEO and manager, everyone that is involved. And thank you to the fans who are rooting and saying Jazda Brute Jazda in the chat. Don't change yourselves, guys, you are perfect.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations on today's win. Nice hearing from you, man. And yeah, I see you in the future.
Bye bye.
Tak to byl coach týmu Brut Maruzel, který nám trošku přiblížil, jak momentálně vypadá jeho celek, jak se cítí se svými šancemi na postup do top 4 a kde vidí ten strop týmu Brut. Víceméně řekl, že je tam potenciál zopakovat tu jazdu z minulého splitu.
Jo, Brut vypadají za mě zatím velmi dobře.